Hello everyone, this is Techno News, and in today's program, you will see Elon Musk is finally allowed to test Neuralink brain implants on humans. Black Hornet miniature drones gain support for voice control. The spinal cord was wirelessly connected to the brain. SpaceX launches a spaceship with tourists. WSU researchers develop robotic bee. Virgin Galactic prepares for commercial space tourism. And ChatGPT for iOS is now available in 11 more countries. So let's go. Neuralink, the company founded by Elon Musk, which is engaged in the production of chips intended to be implanted in the human brain, has finally received FDA, U.S. Food and Drug Administration, permission to conduct clinical trials on humans. The company has not yet started looking for volunteers to participate in clinical trials of the so-called brain interface. The company promises to announce this later. Neuralink develops implants to be placed in the brain near the cerebral cortex. Theoretically, they should enable paralyzed patients to control the computer cursor with the power of the mind, and if they do work as intended, this technology could pave the way for entirely new bionic prostheses and help people who have lost control of their speech and motor functions regain the ability to communicate with others. The implants have already been tested on pigs and monkeys. However, companies were not allowed to conduct human trials for a long time. Elon Musk himself is so confident in the safety of the devices developed by his company that he claims that he is ready to implant them in the brains of his children. It seems that there are quite a few people who want to test Neuralink implants on themselves. Starting in 2021, several paralyzed people have told Musk, including on social networks, that they are ready to participate in experiments. Teledyne FLIR and Primordial Labs have announced that Black Hornet drones now support voice command control. The voice control system is called Anura Speech to Action. The Black Hornet is a miniature drone from Teledyne. Primordial Labs has developed a voice control system. The company claims it will make it easier for the operator to control the drone. The new technology was demonstrated at the SOF Week conference. The operator was able to launch the drone and change its flight direction with voice commands. He was also able to make the Black Hornet fly along a pre-created route. The developers point out that there is no need to learn special complicated terms to control the drone. Voice commands are based on commonly used phrases, so operators without special training can control the drone. Another feature of the new technology is whisper recognition. Primordial Labs also said its development is compatible not only with the Black Hornet, but also with other drones. Scientists from Switzerland with colleagues from other countries took a step used to treat a range of spinal injuries where patients lose mobility in their limbs. The researchers managed to bypass damaged nerve tissue in the spinal cord by creating a wireless digital bridge between the brain and spinal cord underneath the damaged area. But even without the help of machine learning, it was necessary to be able to recognize movement thoughts. The project was led by researchers from the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Lausanne, EPFL. A 38-year-old man who suffered a cervical spine injury in a fall from a bicycle 10 years ago was paid. Previously, he participated in a program to support the rehabilitation of people with spinal injuries. Because the patient still had electrodes in his spine on the spinal cord, the scientists decided to give them a control signal from the brain. To do this, it was necessary to organize a digital radio bridge. Since the nerve tissue between the spinal cord and the brain was torn as a result of trauma, in order to read signals from the brain, sensors with their arrays of electrodes were implanted in the patient's skull. Through training, the digital interface helped the patient do what he was unable to do after the injury: walk over rough terrain and balance with crutches. The platform also worked well at home, and not just under medical supervision. In addition, part of the neural pathways in the brain were able to rebuild, and the patient was able to perform a number of actions without artificial stimulation. SpaceX launched a spacecraft into space carrying 4 tourists, including a woman, the first from Saudi Arabia to fly into space. The spacecraft's commander is Peggy Whitson, a former NASA astronaut and the first female commander of the International Space Station, ISS. She is known to have spent 665 days in space, more time than any other American or any other woman. With her are Ali Al-Karni and Rayana Barnawi, the first astronauts from Saudi Arabia to visit the ISS, and Barnawi is the first Saudi woman ever to go into space. Also involved in the Axe-2 mission is businessman and STEAM supporter John Schaffner, who is taking a paid seat on the spacecraft. This is Schaffner's first flight into space. which is his biggest dream. According to SpaceX, Schaffner, who was born in Alaska, became the first person from that state to go into orbit. The crew members will spend 8 days on the space station, during which they will live and work alongside the 7 astronauts who currently live on the ISS. Researchers at the Washington State University, WSU, in the US, have successfully developed a robotic bee that can fly just like a real bee, marking a significant development in robotics. Called Bee++, the robotic counterpart has 4 wings, each fitted with independent lightweight actuators that can control the wing independently. This design enables the robotic bee to emulate the 6 degrees of freedom movement in natural flying insects. The robotic bee weighs 95 milligrams, much more than the naturally occurring bees that weigh around 10 milligrams, but could be deployed to carry out activities such as artificial pollination in areas where natural pollinators are scarce, or even assist in search and rescue operations in confined spaces. Virgin Galactic successfully completed its 5th spaceflight with the crewed mission Unity 25. The impressive milestone paves the way for the company to begin commercial operations next month, meaning the space tourism company will make the boundary of space much more accessible to the world's richest. That is, it's a big step for a company whose main competitor, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, is currently grounded following a mishap during a suborbital rocket launch last year. The mission, which took flight on May 25, was Virgin Galactic's first crewed spaceplane flight since July 2021, when it sent billionaire Virgin Group founder Sir Richard Branson and a crew up to the edge of space. As with Virgin Galactic's other crewed flights, the Unity 25 crew took off aboard the 6-passenger spaceplane VSS Unity attached to its carrier aircraft VMS Eve. OpenAI first launched the ChatGPT iOS app in the US in mid-May. The company has now kept its promise to expand the sphere of influence in 11 other countries. The ChatGPT app works and looks the same as the web version, with chat history synced between your computer and your iPhone. ChatGPT Plus subscribers can access GPT-4 through the app and get responses faster. The program has a new feature compared to the desktop version: the possibility of voice input using OpenAI's Whisper speech recognition system. The app is currently only available for the iPhone, so iPad users will still need the desktop version. When asked when ChatGPT will be available on smartphones worldwide, OpenAI replied soon. It is worth remembering that the ChatGPT app is still not available for Android users, although the initial announcement of the OpenAI app for iOS read, "Android users, you are next." Well, that was the latest news for today. We hope you like it. Do not forget about likes and subscribe to our channel. It will be even more interesting. So see you in the new releases.